So Charles, how did you get involved in wine?
So I had no intention of getting in the wine business, none at all. It was kind of my dad's thing. I grew up transatlantic, born in London, lived in the New York area, lived in the Montreal area. Um, I was um, I was interested in government and policy, and I was a ski racer at the University of Colorado, and actually trying to make the U.S. ski team. And I spent a little time in the winery and in the vineyards, some summer breaks and winter breaks and these sort of things. But the wine business was my dad's, and it wasn't something I like wine, but it was that was it. And he called me. I was entering my senior year. I was at University of Colorado Boulder, and he said, "Hey, listen, kid, I've got all this wine we've been making. This is the winery is in Provence,
Okay.
in Coteau-Varois. The winery is called Routas, Routas, making lovely wines. And for my dad, had been in finance, this was sort of a later in life, more hobby oriented, but he wanted it to be a proper business. And it was making him crazy that it was as hard as it was to sell stuff. And this is, he'd started the winery in '92, and for most of the next I guess he called me, what was it, 99. For those next years, it would just been building inventory more or less. And so he said, "Hey, listen, kid, I just need 1 year of your life to come help me. Never asked anything of you," which was true, and always supported me, which he had. And he said, "In another year, you can do whatever you want, but I need somebody just to, help me figure out how to get rid of this stuff. You can sell it anywhere you want. I don't care. And the wines are good." But Provence is rosé oriented, and at the time, certainly I didn't know this. He knew it. He didn't tell me that in North America, where I was living, rosé had not been developed at all. It was sort of maybe in Soho or something, or a few restaurants in San Francisco maybe, or Seattle or LA. There was a few restaurants serving rosé, selling it, but otherwise didn't really exist.
When was this?
So this was '99. Yeah, going into, I guess it was late '98, going to '99. And so anyway, he said, "Listen, just help me out for a year." And how do you say no to that? I was injured, and making the U.S. ski team was a reach. I had some great results, but it was a big commitment, and I wasn't even so confident that I would ever even bridge to it. So timing was right, and so I launched in, and with no real mentor, certainly no know-how. And spent more time in the winery. But the initial thing really was to try to go build a business and sell something. And being based here, the target was, what can we do in North America? And so that's sort of how I started. And I mean, to continue from there, my sort of sole hometown is Waterbury, Center, Vermont. As I said, I moved around a lot, but that was the one place that was sort of consistent, where my mom still lives. And Waterbury was known at that time just for one thing. It's actually now known for two things. But initially, these two guys named Ben and Jerry started a little ice cream company there, which for years was sort of a local New England, Vermonty thing. And they bought eventually an Airstream trailer, painted it cow colors, and went around the country scooping out ice cream and made it a national brand, and then sold it to Unilever years later. Here we were making lots of rosé, and I like, okay, well, they bought an Airstream trailer. I'm gonna buy an old Cadillac and paint it pink, and this is gonna be my method to get people to talk about something that made no sense to most people. Actually, pink wine did make sense. It was thought of as a sweet thing for somebody who wasn't sophisticated, and so that I more or less lived in this car for 2 years. After that first year, I had the option to get out, but by the end of that first year, after sort of flailing for the first 9 months or so, with no distributor infrastructure really, or know-how or anything, by the end of that sort of first year, things were starting to click a little bit. So you could see lights going on. It was starting to, and like, wow, this wine thing's kind of neat. And then you start spending more time in the winery, and the production side was exciting. And so I just sort of like, wow, it snuck up on me, and so that was the beginning.